Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And today we'll be talking about Combat Pack 3. Most likely who will be, who won't be in it, and my thoughts on it, and all that sort of stuff. I just want to take a minute or so just to explain the video real quick. So, first of all, I'm going to talk about when I think the DLC will be coming. Then I will talk about who I would like to be in the Combat Pack. Then I will talk about who is most likely to be in it, regardless of who I want to be in there. Then I will move on to whether there is or isn't story mode DLC. And because of whether there is, I will change some of the character choices for Combat Pack 3 based on if there is story mode DLC. After that, I will be talking about what stages will be added in, because I'm pretty sure new stages are going to be added in. And that's how it will go. So, first, when do I think Combat Pack 3 will be coming? To be honest, it's not going to be here till like late June or early July. At the earliest, right? Because the pro season is out right now, and that doesn't really end till June, I think. I think the final week or month of that is in June, so I don't expect to hear anything unless, on that date, on when the pro season finishes, or a couple of weeks after or so. Right, next, who do I want to be in this combat pack? I would like to see Smoke return. If you guys don't know, Smoke is one of my favourite characters. Is definitely in the top 5 for me. I also think he'd have a very good game in MK11, especially if you put his human side in. To be honest, I don't care which one makes it, whether it's the human or the cyborg, to be honest, because I like both of them. It's Smoke irregardless. But there's some moves that I would like him to have, like the Smoke parry wasn't in MKX, but it was in MK9, and it's a really good move. And plus Shang has it as well. The Smoke Bomb will be there regardless, I think, because it's been in both of the MK9 and MKX. He definitely needs a teleport, whether it comes from above or from behind. It doesn't really matter, like MK9 or MKX. And invisibility is. Sorry, not invisibility. His super forward dash and his super back dash. I think that should definitely be on there too, because they are very good moves for this type of game with a lot of space control and whatnot. And Smoke Bomb and the super backdash and forward dash would give him a lot of that movement that a lot of the top characters have, like Cetrion and Fujin and all that. Also, his air grab, I think it would be nice. He hasn't gone without an air grab for a very long time, so air grab should definitely come back as well. And obviously, whatever else NRS will think of, because they got to put in a few more moves for a character like Smoke because of customs. My next character pick will be Ermac. Ermac would also be a very good character in this game. If you guys don't play Shang Tsung already, his force lift when he turns into Ermac has ridiculous range on it, as it is. Has a crushing blow. I'm not saying Ermac needs a crushing blow as well, but I mean, why not? Also, the teleport. I think the air float is a move that they could really incorporate into this game, just because Sindel has something similar, but they banned it because it has like an infinite loop. Whereas they could have that, but without the ridiculous infinite. They could have, the in the old 3D games, I don't know if it was an MKX because I didn't play Ermac that much, but he would go into the air stance and then he'd be able to hit the ground like a ground pound. And then he'd be able to teleport out of it. I don't think he needs to teleport out of it in this game because it's a bit ridiculous as it already is. He does not need a projectile out of it, I don't think. Uh, it'd be cool if you could like use the air stance in combos. So like you go into the air stance and then like you press 2 or something and then it just does like an extra launcher. Something like that would be really cool, I think. And I don't think he should be able to move in this stance either, forward or backwards. I think that's too strong for a character like Ermac. Because regardless of what Ermac has, he's going to have a charge projectile, which he's had in pretty much every game. He has had a teleport in every game, and he has force lift in every game. So those 3 moves are already, I could see them as being really strong in MK11 as is. So something really cool like the air stance, like has to be, it can be good, but it's very easy to make broken. So that would be great to see him anyway. How I would like him to look, I did like the MKX look, but I mean, if they go with the MK11 one from the crypt, that's fine too, is what it is. Smoke, I totally didn't talk about his appearance. I would definitely like the hair from MK9, that was sick. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. Reptile is my next character. Reptile should be in this game. I don't know why he isn't. He can have a slide like Sub Zero's. I mean, it's pretty. Just make it probably not as fast as Sub Zero's because his is never just as fast. But you could always have like a little bit slower and just make it, punishable on block. It's a low. Don't make it a mid. That's really stupid. Make it a low. Don't give him any crazy overheads. We don't want Reptile to be a 50-50 character. It'd be cool if he was like a dash cancel character. Because everyone knows like his dash from MK9 and MKX. That's what makes him a really good character. Is like when you can dash past the opponent and or you dash right in front of the opponent, that sort of stuff is really good. I think if you could like cancel that sort of stuff, that would give him awesome ground movement. But like a trade off for Reptile could be like don't give him the best anti, you know what I mean? Like and then obviously he would have his big acid force ball, his acid spit. He'd have a few projectiles. I don't want him to be a zoner because zoners aren't good in MK11. He could have like a dot damage thing, very similar to. I mean, it could be very similar to the one that Aaron Black has in MK11, or it could work like the one from. Like, just like any dot damage move where he could just like puke on the ground and he's just burning whoever's in there. I think that would be great. It wouldn't make sense if it gave me health back. Don't make it like gas blast like Cabal. That'd be really, really stupid. But yeah, that'd be great. I know I'm going through these characters like NRS is going to listen to me. Fact is, they probably already put the characters into the game. They're just trying to like finish them up, make a few moves, and put them in. But this is who I just want. I would like Reptile to have his more reptilian look. That's just me personally. I know I have a very good friend. He likes the human one better. But hey, it is what it is. You like who you like. Also, all these ninjas should have classic skins. That'd be really good. My next pick is Havoc. Havoc is a character NRS could have a lot of fun with, like they did with the Joker. Because Joker can use such elaborate props where Havoc could really play this game differently. He could do things where it'd just be really weird, but he could do it. He had a move back in the 3D era. I don't know if people remember this, but he'd snap his whole body in half, like and lay flat on the ground, and he'd do a projectile similar to like Sindor's low projectile. She gets really low to the ground, except he just cracks his body in half and just goes like lays flat. It's really weird, but yeah. He could have a buff move similar to Shao Kahn, except don't make it that bad. Uh, like in the old games, he had this move where he could snap his neck and then turn it back around. I think it'd be really cool as a buff move to like he could buff his damage when he snaps his neck back the other way, and then when the buff is over, he has to snap his neck back or something like that, right? Uh, or it could give him a defense buff, or it could make him a little bit faster. I don't know, right? But it could do something. And his weapon would definitely be that mace. Mace would be really good for him. Or the Spike Club. I can't really think of it right now, but it will be on screen anyway. That was pretty iconic with him. He could do things where he could break his own legs. And let's just say like his movement is decreased, but he can, but after a certain time, it crushing blows the opponent, something like that, right? Like there could be all these wacky things you could do with Havoc. I don't know. He could rip his face off and like there'd be so many possibilities with this character. It'd be insane to see him in this game. As I would like him to have just the Grim Reaper look that he has with a skull face and the hood and all that. I think Havoc looks as good as he needs to be. He doesn't really need to change look wise. Then I would have Takeda. I would have Takeda in this game because he'd also be pretty good. He'd have a lot of ranged normals, I think, similar to his Whiplash in MKX, except you'd make them like neutral tools instead of like special moves. Otherwise, you're just like super minus all the time. But you can make it like Joker, where you're like barely minus and barely people can punish you. It's like a frame or two too fast to punish, basically. Also, he would have he doesn't really have to have a teleport. I think Takeda is a character that can do without. But I think it's pretty cool that he has to use his telekinesis to do it rather than the Hellfire that Scorpion has to use, because he puts his fingers to his brain when he does it. So it shows that he's actually using that to teleport. Those sorts of things would be really good. I don't think he needs a redesign either. I think he looked pretty good in MKX. So those are the characters I would like to see. Or just real quick, Smoke would not have a weapon. Ermac would not have a weapon, and Reptile wouldn't either. It would just be the last two characters. Moving on to who would actually make the DLC slots. So I am pretty confident Smoke is going to make it, regardless of whether I want him in or not. I think he will be there anyway. He's just way too demanded by the community to not be in the game. Then I think Havoc is another, for the same reason. He's got a very high demand to be in the game, and like I said, NRS could have a lot of fun making this character. This character could be just everything, right? He could snap his neck for buffs and do all this crazy projectile half body snapping, all that sort of stuff. I think Serena would be the female character of this combat pack, because there's always at least one. And because every single female ninja is in the game, you'd have to draw from the 3D era now. Unless, I don't know, they'd make a new one, but I highly doubt it. Serena is a character that deserves a second chance, I think. We could, sorry, not we, NRS could do a lot of things um, with her demon part of herself. She would be really good for that, I think. It's just, she could like summon demons, or she could like have a timeout where she turns into a demon self or something like that. I don't know how I would do this character though, because without the demon stuff, she's basically just a female version of Kano. And we don't want another Kano, we want a new character. Guest character for this combat pack, I think, will be Harley Quinn. I do not think it will be Deathstroke. I think it will be a female DC character, and Harley Quinn is the best pick. Unfortunately, I don't see her playing any too different to Joker. They could make her as wacky, as crazy, and just as good as Joker, to be honest. And I think that's a pretty easy fix for them to just put her in. I would like someone else, like other characters, but I just think it's a very logical pick for them to go with. And Ermac, I think Ermac is also too highly requested to miss out on this game. Yeah, just they use his MK11 look. He's already been put into the game, basically. I don't see why he wouldn't make it either. Anyway, moving on to whether there will be or will not be story DLC. To be honest, I have zero clue. I don't know if there is or isn't. I'm very 50-50 about it. Just because story mode DLC is a lot of work. And you can see the production value in Aftermath. They've probably worked on Aftermath ever since MK11 dropped on the first day of release. Like, up until when they released it. Like, you could see how so much effort went into Aftermath story mode. It was, and just the fight scenes and the music and just the production value is so high of story mode. That's the reason I don't think there will be. However, in saying that, in the case that there is story mode DLC, I think these characters would make more sense. I think Quan Chi will make it into the game if there is story mode DLC. I think Taven will make it. Takeda will make it. Serena and Smoke. Combat Pack 3 has to be 5 characters. There will be no more characters after this combat pack either. So just keep that in mind. That's why I'm mentioning 5 characters each time. I think you can't have a story in Mortal Kombat without a very good sorcerer, or necromancer in this case, because that's what Quan Chi is. Taven would play into, I would just say Taven as a playable character, but they could have cameos by Dagon and Kenshi and all that. I think, and also it feels like Aftermath put an end to story mode. That's why I think there won't be DLC for story mode, but who knows. And anyway, moving on to the stages. I will put all of these stages up on screen as I go through them. The first stage will be the Pyramid of Argus. This is an iconic stage for old Mortal Kombat fans. Trust me, I'm 20 and I'm not even that old, but I was playing the game back then. And Pyramid of Argus has to be like one of the most iconic like stages from the 3D era, without a doubt. Same with the subway station. Subway Station was just a cool concept, and they brought it back in MK9, and I think they could definitely do it in this game too, especially because they did it all throughout the normal story mode. And most of these actually are in a normal story mode, so I will put up the what they were like in the old games, and I'll put the high res ones that they redid in the story mode. The other one, which I don't think they have ever done before, and was just in story mode when Raiden and Liu Kang were fighting for eons, well not eons, but many timelines. There were, I don't know what to call it, so I'm just gonna call it Chaos Realms Space. I don't know what the hell that is, but I'm just gonna say that he will. Sorry, not this stage and most likely to make it in the game. You guys will see what I'm talking about. It'll be up on screen right now. And the Hall of Warriors. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know why. It's one of the most iconic stages in the game. The one with when you go into the crypt, there's like the statues of Goro, Liu Kang, Raiden, all that, and I really can't think of the name. The Hall of Warrior. I don't know. I can't think of the name, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that stage will be added in too, and that has been in multiple games. So I see that as a missed opportunity if it isn't in there. So that will be it. I think 4 stages will be added into the DLC. Um, and for anyone that thinks Ash Williams will be in the game, go screw yourself because he's not. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.